Anthony, can you briefly describe your crossbreeding program?
Well, we basically have British breed cross cows, some with a bit of Euro in them, with just about 100% pure Limousin bulls over them.
So what are the British breeds?
Murray Grey and Angus crosses, some Hereford. We've got a bit of a mixture because at times it's been difficult to source some reasonable females, so you've got to sort of swap and change a little bit to get what you want.
What do you look for in your crossbreeding program, and what are you trying to achieve? Rather
than the Angus people producing a store animal that's suited to go into feedlots to be finished, I've had a preference, and I quite like producing a killable article, a fat animal, ready for slaughter. So yeah, it's been basically started from a vealer production for the domestic market, obviously. As to now, we've had to feed a few of our limo calves as well in this dry time. So and they've been doing well under feed as well. So yeah, it's all a domestic product.
Where do you market your animals, and what is your target market?
Most of our stock, primarily these days, all go to a Hardwick's meatworks at Kyneton in Victoria. We have a pretty good relationship with them and the meat buyer, so and they show a preference for Limousin cattle to fill some of their orders, so they're happy to keep coming back, and they pay us pretty reasonable money for them. So yeah, they look after us, so we stick by them.
What age and what weight are you targeting?
Well, they kill a whole range of ages for different orders. Anything from an 8-month-old calf up to a an 18-month-old steer.
But your target weight is?
Probably between 300 and 400 kilos. It depends on the season as to what weights we can get into our calves to sell them as vealers. But we'd always like more weight, but it has more to do with feed available at the time and what we can work with then.
Crossbreeding in drought, is it a challenge?
Oh, I think everyone's finding this season a fair challenge because we came out of a fairly short season last time around, and straight into a year like we've had has put everything under pressure, I think.
How do you source your size?
I've been buying most of my size from Manday and Stud at Brinkley near Murray Bridge. Damien Len Gomer's place. They've got some pretty handy bulls, and that's where I've been sourcing most of my bulls for the last 5 or 6 years. So.
I guess it's good to get onto somewhere with predictability.
Yeah, well he's I think he's been breeding down the lines of trying to get some good figures into his bulls now that Limo have got breed plan figures to try and push that, and the docility scoring that they do now sort of gets that temperament right, gives you a lot better idea of the temperament of the bulls.
So breed plans are pretty important here?
It helps. It's not the be all and end all. I still like to visualise the animal. Yeah. So, but the figures certainly help.
What sort of EBVs are the most important to you?
Vealer wise, that 200, 400 day growth is important. The docility is important. The milk figures are important now that I'm retaining some females. The birth figures and the gestation figures, yeah. Virtually a fair bit of it, because even eye muscle figures are handy too.